All right, guys, a quick video showing you how I weld up my V-band flanges and as well as my pulse settings, as some people were asking about that on the last video. So this is just a 3-inch V-band flange along with a piece of 3-inch from Ace Race, both of them are. And so what I typically weld these at is about 110 amps at 1 pulse per second. And so here is my pulse settings. Now, I never change these for any material. I just keep this the same. So basically it's at 1 pulse per second is what I'm doing. My base amps is around 35%. And then my pulse time on is about 45%. So those settings is what I keep 100% of the time. I never adjust it for any flange, any material, doesn't matter. I keep it at that. It seems to work really well. And so again, I'll be using the positioner on this. You can freehand them, but the positioner is just so much faster. So a big tip is if you're just now getting into welding, or maybe you've done it and then after you weld it, you're like, why doesn't my flange go in? If you're using these interlocking flanges, which this one is, it has a male ring here and then the female side is recessed, so for it to lock in like that. The most important thing you can do when welding these is to make sure that you weld it clamped to the mating flange all the way, just like if it was bolted on the car. Because what happens is this heats up, this will start to warp slightly, and then you go to put it on and it won't go. Now, you know, I've had situations where that's happened on certain things and you just kind of have to grind in on that flange, on that lip until you can get it to go flat. But what I recommend is you just buy a spare flange. Ace Race sells the flanges. So just buy, you know, another female flange, weld it onto a piece of scrap. And then that way, anytime you get that size flange, you can just throw it on there, clamp it, and you're good to go. Now, as far as welding, I do not back purge my V-band flanges. It doesn't get full penetration on these, and so I feel like you're just wasting argon. Now, if you're just getting new and maybe you're, you know, not used to the heat control, and so maybe in some spots you wind up, you know, burning through and then some you don't, then maybe go ahead and back purge it just to kind of cut down on the sugaring if you can. But otherwise, typically, like I said, I don't back purge them. There's no penetration on it. The weld puddle just fills right in this void just fine. And I've never had an issue over the years that, you know, I've been welding. So, you know, don't look at it like you have to do it on every single joint, because in all honesty, you don't. So, I'll go ahead and get this set up. It's already clamped in. And so everything was tacked with just 035. So just small tacks. So that way, you know, if you can make your tacks as small as possible whenever you're going over it with the filler, it'll make it less visible where that tack was. This is going to get welded again with a 1/16 308 filler. I feel with the 1/16 it really cuts back on undercut. If you're using like an 035 or an 045 filler, you really have to cram a lot of filler rod in there to kind of prevent it from undercutting, whereas the 1/16 you don't have to put so much. I know some guys even run 3/32 in there. So it's really just a personal preference, but the 1/16 I have felt is to be the best for me. And then, yeah, so let's go ahead and get this thing going.